We're here with Lala Belilla. I've known Lala since she was 4 years old, and I had the privilege of performing her parents' wedding. It was the second wedding I ever did, and it's been just wonderful to see her grow up. Really proud of her. Graduated from Reading High in 2020.
Yes.
And her second year of Albright, studying to be a teacher as well as psychology. So I think a lot of Spring Valleyers know you as one of our worship leaders on stage, doing a great job. But you're also a student, and I think it's important that we're reminded that students and young people face really serious challenges. So if you could talk me through, you had a pretty close friend that for several years was struggling with cancer. I remember praying for her. She passed away last year. Talk to me about how your faith was challenged, how your faith helped you as a young woman, as a teenager, facing a tragedy. What's it like as a Christian to process that?
In the beginning, I questioned a lot.
Sure.
You know, I was mad. You can ask Wayne, literally the day, I think it was the day after she passed, we went to Winterfest.
Okay.
So I was in Winterfest bawling my eyes out, you know, and I hugged Wayne and I'm like, I just don't understand why. I'm just so mad. I don't get it. You know, her family, they are believers, and, you know, we prayed a lot together, and it was just like, but God, why? But then it came to a point where it was like, okay, but everything happens for a reason. And even now, I look at it now, and I'm like, I'm so grateful that she passed then rather than her struggling through COVID. Because not only would it have been so much more difficult, but she was right before everything happened, like she was able to have everyone there. You know, I would have really hated if she would have just had like one person able to be there for her. But so I look at it now as, you know, like God has a reason for everything. And she inspired a lot of people. You know, there was a lot of people out of the woodwork that it was like, where are you? I didn't know you knew her. Like, that's crazy, you know? But yeah, I tried to push forward and pray more than I usually do, because I was like, okay, I know I'm mad at you, but we're going to still talk to you because I don't want to be mad at you forever.
And I think that's so much part of the Psalms, right? Worship leaders sometimes saying, God, I'm mad at you, right? God, I don't like you. I don't understand you, but I'm still going to keep coming to you and engaging with you. So I think it's great. So you're a worship leader. So often I think people generalize worship leaders as kind of heart-centered, emotion-centered, and Bible study is more head-centered, knowledge, study-based. How does your heart of worship and biblical understanding, like how do those become one package for your faith development?
Well, to be honest, I'm not really great with reading.
Okay.
You know, I have the Bible app. I read my verse of the day.
Sure.
Sometimes I'll pray on it. I pray every night before I go to sleep, but reading is not my favorite part.
Okay.
I don't like reading in school in general.
That's okay.
But
a verse a day is still a verse a day.
Yeah. And I do listen to my worship music, and that's just my, I feel like in a way is my builder. It pushes me through.
Okay.
Whether I'm having a hard day or I'm just like, you know what, I need to listen to some God music today because it's been a day, you know?
What do you think? That's good. It's been a day. You know, I love seeing you on stage. It's a great example of, you know, a young woman who loves the Lord and is serving God, but sometimes you have a day. Not just for you, but for other like young men and women, right? For people that maybe a little bit older, right? The Gen Xers, the Boomers. What are some things that we need to remember about the young people in our life, right? Maybe it's our kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews. If you'd be like, hey, you need to remember this about us when you're thinking about us or talking about us or interacting, kind of keep this in mind.
Times have definitely changed.
Okay.
Like, you know, it's not the same way. Every generation goes through their struggles, whether in their teenage years or their adulthood. But right now, with the way that our world is crazy, we go through a lot. Times have definitely just shifted, and there's a lot more things like we deal with gender equality a lot more now. Everyone's more woke about it, so it's like, okay, but like back then we look at our moms would be stay at home, and now we gotta go to work. You know, like I came from work today. I worked 8 hours.
I know our time's almost up. All right, I got a follow-up question.
Okay.
Because my wife works, right? Nothing wrong with work.
Yeah.
Do you is that something that you want to do, or do you feel like that's something that society pushes you to do, even if you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom?
No, I definitely want
Gotcha, okay.
to work. I was raised to work.
That's great. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. The way you said, I was curious if
maybe
you felt
not
like.
Turkey Hill, but you know.
I got you. Well, here in a few years you'll be teaching K through 4.
K through 4.
Yeah, and so that'll be an awesome job.
Yeah.
It'll have its own challenges, but I know you'll do great.
Thank you.
Really proud of you.
Thank you so